Is a template that I put together to work with a 1" by 4" blank patch with a 1/8 of an inch satin stitch around it. So I did start by creating a vector fill, and this is that 1" by 4" parameter of the patch. I then added a vector line that is 1/8 of an inch around, and this simulates the Merrow stitch around the blank patch. So the first part of the digitizing with a new patch design, actually this is part of the template as well. This blue line is the placement stitch. That's what's going to stitch out first, so you know where to lay the patch. And the next was I added the name, and this is ready to go to the machine. We'll give it a quick watch. You saw the placement. You want to put a stop after that placement. Then it will embroider the name out. Notice I did not do a tack down stitch. If I wanted to, I could add a basting stitch around the design to hold it in place. I'm planning to use an adhesive spray, temporary, to hold it in place while it embroiders the name.
All right, so now we're at the machine here. This is that last one that we did the template for. It's 1" by 4". So that is the one that we are going to work on and embroider on today. But there's your 3" round and your 2.5 by 4" oval that we also did the templates for. You can see there's a bunch of different sizes, and eventually I'll have templates for all the different sizes. For today, we are going to put the name Sanderson on this little guy here. So we have our E-Zee Badge Film. It's a hefty weight. It's 100 micron thick. Some other names for this is trick film, and it is a plastic. It reacts to heat if you need to get rid of any extra. It's got a bump on one side, kind of smooth on the other, and it's kind of like aluminum foil where one side is shiny, the other one's not. It kind of doesn't matter which way you put it, because it's either going to grab the inside of the hoop or the outside of this hoop, or both. I find that as long as you have your nice round hoops where you get a lot of nice tension or extra tension with the round hoops, you're fine putting it either way. So I'm going to go ahead and hoop that. And as you can see, that fits right in there. So I've got the Madeira MSA 1000. It's a temporary spray adhesive. I want to use that on the back of the blank patch. Away from the machine, inside a box like that is perfect. Decent amount. You don't need to shellac it, but a little bit of adhesive will go a long way. Now we're going to put it at the machine. We're going to let that placement stitch run. As you noticed in the middle there, it was starting to lift up, so I just put a little masking tape right there to hold it down. Something you can do that as well, like I could have put those on at the beginning as well. If you wanted to run like a basting stitch kind of on the inside, it's such a small patch that I didn't want to do that. I was afraid to get a different color on the red or something on the white. So masking tape to the rescue. So I do want to remove this, and actually, you don't even really need your scissors. It pops right off. And there it is. Next, we're going to put some heat seal on the back of that, stiffen it up a little, and it's ready to give to your customer. All right, so we have our patch here all ready, and we're going to put our E-Zee heat seal. This one is the 5256. Heat seals are double-sided, and they always come with a protective paper to apply your heat, whether it's a heat press or an iron. We're going to use an iron today. This is a polyester heat seal, and it adheres very well to most of your common fabrics. Polyester, cotton poly blends, things that, you know, your hats, your totes, and things like that are made of. So that's the one that we're going to use. This is the actual heat seal. You can see it's a little bit shiny, and that is the paper. So we are going to take this. If you were doing this properly, you'd want to put it upside down. This is a uniform shape, 1 inch by 4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and trace that. Not the bump on my finger. Oops. And I'm doing as best I can with it, but I'm going to cut inside this line because I don't want it hanging out over the edges of that. So when I go to cut this, I'm going to do a couple things. I want to get rid of what I trace for sure, because I do want it to be a little bit smaller. That ink is not dry. That's all right. I'm going to cut it right off. So there is my 1 inch by 4 inches. As you notice, my corners they're rounded. So I'm just going to trim off the corners just a little bit. Just a little 45 thumb. So they don't stick out. So there we go. Then you're going to take this, you're going to put it upside down. You're going to make sure you put the heat seal side down, paper up. You can see how that fits on there quite nicely. It's not hanging over the edges. Some people hang it over the edges. I prefer to have it inside the satin stitches. I should call those Merrow stitches because these are actually Merrow stitches. So I do have this on high because it's an iron. Gonna kind of mentally count 15 seconds and kind of giving it a good amount of pressure. And this is going to soften up that adhesive, and it's going to stick it to the back of the patch. That should do the trick. Now be very careful because this is very hot. I want to just push it aside so it's not on the hot the mat. So this is a wool mat, can take all that heat. Great for crafting. And so I can't release that paper yet because the adhesive is hot. So I'm going to let that cool off before we can take it off, and we'll pick that right back up. All right, so we do have this polo here. Typically you'd have your left chest logo of your company over here. So typically the name's going to go over here. So we're going to go ahead and remove this paper. Rip it a little bit, but that's okay. No, it's not. I'm actually going to heat her up a little more. Sometimes that will release it, make it come off nice and clean. Get those little leftover pieces, they'll come right off. So there we go. Put that shirt back. Right side up on the left logo. I'm going to go out from this button here. I'm going to grab a little piece of a press cloth, protect the threads. Going to do the same thing here. I'm going to hold it, give it a little bit of pressure. She is on high. Let's just make sure. Yep, about 15 seconds. These do tend to, they work with the iron. They tend to work a little bit better with a heat press because it's great having a little heat come from up above and down below. So if you find it's not sticking with your iron, you can turn it inside out and send some heat from the bottom. But there you go. She's stuck on there permanently with that E-Zee Heat Seal 5256. And that's how you make a patch with a ready-made blank patch.